Dr. Stranger is played by the tall, skinny Lee Jong-suk, as Park Hoon, who is a great actor. His character was fascinating. Not quite South Korean, not quite North Korean. He enjoyed a surprisingly decent childhood in both countries, making the most of things, but ultimately got screwed over once he hit adulthood and was recruited into the secret doctorate program. There he was basically forced to become a monster and perform countless human experiments to perfect his craft. It made him a brilliant doctor, with skills far beyond what others in the field could ever hope to achieve with years of regular surgeries, but at what cost? A little chunk of his soul, that's what is the cost. A brilliant surgeon and his young son are sent on a secret diplomatic mission to North Korea, only to be betrayed by their own country and kept by the North Koreans. The young man grows up there, following the footsteps of his father to become a doctor, but due to the lack of equipment and technology, learns old school. His childhood sweetheart and fiancée is taken by the secret police shortly after agreeing to marry him. When he's near graduation, he is taken by the government to a secret facility to perfect his craft of heart surgery by devious and nefarious means. He spends several years imprisoned in this nightmarish place, secretly searching for his fiancée. He finally finds her right when his opportunity to escape the country presents itself, and attempts to flee with his lady love only to lose her in the process. Several years later, in South Korea, a series of events leads him to be hired as a new surgeon at a prestigious hospital. When he first comes to South Korea, he opens a small independent practice and basically does odd jobs and minor surgeries. He befriends another refugee, a young woman who has been trying to get her mother smuggled out of North Korea, and when she succeeds, he feels re-inspired by her success to try again to find his own lost love, who may still be alive. But it's gonna cost, because the human smuggling business isn't cheap. Anyways, he's doing, under the table, surgeries for gangsters and delivering water bottles and whatever else he can think of to earn money. While delivering water to a hospital, an emergency situation causes him to jump right into surgery. He basically suits up and just goes to town, which is highly frowned upon in the medical community, doing surgery in hospitals that you aren't employed at, but he does such a good job and makes such a great impression with his skills that he's offered a job. Until everyone learns he's from North Korea. Then they all freak out. Change their mind. Then change their mind again. Our other first female lead was played by Kang So-ra, and she was adorable. She was feisty and fierce and emotional and playful and easily wounded and lovable. She was another surgeon at the hospital, still young and learning. In the beginning of the drama, she is dating the top surgeon, the gorgeous, stoic Park Hae-jin. They have an odd relationship, as she is very full of life and energetic, and he seemed distant and calculating. Because he was distant and calculating, he was on a mission to rule that hospital and he wasn't about to let some young refugee doctor usurp him. And unlike our cold, distant North Korean female lead, I actually really liked this guy. He was interesting, I understood him. His emotions made sense to me, his competitiveness, his drive, his ambitions. And it was clear despite his reserve, he really burned for his lady love. I mean, he liked her, a lot. So when she stopped liking him and started liking his rival, he was miffed. But damn, Dr. Stranger and our young doctor lady had chemistry. They were always looking at each other, always touching each other, always harassing each other and making jokes. They comforted each other in times of need. They cared for each other. They supported each other at work and outside of work. They got to know one another and helped each other through difficult times. They smiled and laughed and played together, and sang duets. When she tells him his crimped hair is unprofessional and the very next scene he's got a new haircut. Come on, they are such a couple. Ironically, they had a love story. Yet they did not get the happy ending.